Hello, and welcome back to English Space. I am so happy you are here today. Whether you are listening for the first time or you have been with us for a while, this lesson is for you. We speak slowly, clearly, and naturally so you can follow every single word. Today, we are going to learn something that will make your English conversations so much more interesting. We are going to talk about how to describe personal experiences in English. So, get comfortable, grab a coffee if you want, and let us begin. This is a topic that comes up all the time in real life, in job interviews, in exams like Cambridge B1, and of course, when you meet new people. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been to a concert? Have you ever tried a new sport? Have you ever eaten something and thought, wow, that was amazing? Or maybe, wow, I will never eat that again. These are all personal experiences, and in English, we have many wonderful expressions to talk about them. By the end of this lesson, you will know exactly how to use these phrases naturally and confidently. We are going to look at 3 groups of expressions today. The first group is about whether you have done something or not. The second group is about what happened the first time you did something, and the third group is about how you feel looking back at an experience. Let us start with Group 1. Group 1, have you done it or not? The first expression is, I have been there before. We use it to say that we visited a place in the past. For example, imagine someone asks you, have you ever been to London? You can say, yes, I have been there before. It was incredible. Or maybe someone asks, have you ever been to that new restaurant on the corner? You can say, yes, I have been there before. The food is really good. Notice that we use the present perfect here. Have plus the past participle. We use it when we talk about experiences in our life without saying exactly when they happened. The second expression is, I have never done that before. This one is for things you have not experienced yet. For example, someone says, have you ever tried skydiving? You can say, no, I have never done that before. It sounds very exciting, but a little scary too. Or someone asks, have you ever cooked a Japanese meal? And you say, no, I have never done that before. I would love to try one day. This expression is very useful because it also opens the door for more conversation. When you say, I have never done that before, people naturally want to know more. The third expression is, I have tried it once. This means you did something one time in the past. For example, I have tried surfing once. It was so hard. I fell off the board about 20 times. The word once tells the other person that your experience is limited. The fourth expression is, I have done that a few times. A few times usually means 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 times. For example, I have been to Paris a few times. It never gets old. Or, I have watched that movie a few times. I love it every time. The fifth expression is, I have always wanted to do that. This one talks about a dream or a wish, something you have not done yet, but you really want to do. For example, someone mentions they went bungee jumping. You say, oh, I have always wanted to do that. It looks so thrilling. Or, I have always wanted to visit Japan. The culture and the food seem amazing. Let us do a quick practice. Situation number 1. Someone asks you if you have ever gone camping. You went camping 2 times when you were young. What do you say? You say, yes, I have done that a few times. Situation number 2. Someone mentions they went to the new ice cream shop downtown. You went there last week. What do you say? You say, yes, I have been there before. It is delicious. Situation number 3. Someone asks if you have ever tried speaking in front of a big audience. You have never done it. What do you say? You say, no, I have never done that before. I think I would be very nervous. Now let us move to group 2. This group is about what happened the first time you did something. The first expression is, the first time I did it, I was really nervous. For example, the first time I drove a car, I was really nervous. My hands were shaking and I was driving very, very slowly. Or, the first time I spoke English with a native speaker, I was really nervous. I forgot almost every word I knew. This expression works well because it is honest and relatable. Everybody understands being nervous about something new. The second expression in group 2 is, I did not expect it to be like that. This is great for surprises, things that were different from what you imagined. For example, I tried hot yoga last year. I did not expect it to be like that. I thought it would be relaxing, but it was one of the hardest things I have ever done. Or, I went to a classical music concert last month. I did not expect it to be like that. I thought I would be bored, but I was completely amazed. This expression works for both positive and negative surprises. The third expression is, it was much better than I thought. You had low expectations, but the reality was wonderful. For example, I tried Thai food for the first time last summer. It was much better than I thought. The flavors were incredible. Or, I was not very excited about the trip, but honestly, it was much better than I thought. We had an amazing time. This is also a great expression to use when you are recommending something to someone. The fourth expression is, it did not go as planned. This one is for when things went wrong or differently from what you expected. For example, I tried to bake a birthday cake for my friend last year. It did not go as planned. The cake was completely flat and I burned the edges. Or, I planned a surprise party for my sister, but it did not go as planned. She found out 2 days before the party. Native speakers use this expression all the time. And the good news is, when something does not go as planned, you usually have a funny or interesting story to tell. The fifth expression is, I learned a lot from that experience. It means that even if something was difficult or did not go well, it taught you something. For example, my first job interview did not go well. I was very nervous and I forgot some of my answers, but I learned a lot from that experience. The next time, I was much more prepared. This expression is especially useful in job interviews and Cambridge speaking exams. It shows that you are thoughtful and positive, even when things are difficult. Now let us move to group 3. These expressions are about how you feel when you look back at an experience. I remember it very clearly means the memory is very strong. For example, I remember my first day of school very clearly. I was wearing a blue backpack and I was so excited. It was a really good experience, tells the listener that the experience was positive and meaningful. For example, volunteering at the local food bank was a really good experience. And it was one of the best moments of my life is for the most special, unforgettable experiences. For example, seeing my sister get married was one of the best moments of my life. Save this last one for truly special moments. The fourth expression is, I would definitely do it again. This means you love the experience and you want to repeat it. For example, I went kayaking last summer and I would definitely do it again. It was so peaceful and beautiful. And the fifth and final expression is, I would not do it again. You tried something and it was not for you. For example, I tried extreme hiking last year. We walked for 8 hours in the rain and I was exhausted. I would not do it again. It was just too much for me. Let me give you one last tip. The best way to practice is to use these expressions to talk about your own life. Think about a trip, a food, a sport, or a place. Now try to use 5 or 6 of these expressions to describe your experience. For example, you could say, I have been to the mountains a few times. The first time I went, I was really nervous because I had never hiked before. It did not go exactly as planned because we got lost for a little while. But honestly, it was much better than I thought. I learned a lot from that experience. I would definitely do it again. Do you hear how natural that sounds? You are doing so well. Learning a language takes time and patience, and the fact that you are here, listening and practicing means you are already making progress. Be proud of yourself for that. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today on Slow English. If this lesson was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and it means we can keep making more lessons for you every week. And if you have a friend who is learning English, share this video with them. Let us learn together. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep going. You are doing great. Goodbye for now.